here we have DroidsCanada.com. Todd and Dan the Con Stranger. We have found Comic Book Syndicate.
Yes, hi, this is Michael.
And this is G.I. Joe Lee.
G.I. Joe Lee?
G.I. Joe Lee.
Really? Yeah. Oh. And my name is Todd Poole. I'm the owner-creator of DroidsCanada.com.
And I, holding the mic, I am the Con Stranger. Con Stranger TV, Droids Canada podcast member and interviewer. I would say extraordinaire, but more awkwardly. That's kind of my thing. So we are in Chatham.
Oh, good. Not
yes.
Kitchener, right?
Yeah, I've been saying the wrong thing all day. Now, what is it? What is Comic Book Syndicate Con?
Well, it's actually two things. The Comic Book Syndicate is a web series and television show all about comics and comic-related things. And we also promote a comic book convention.
Which is called Comic Book Syndicon. So it's a little bit confusing, but basically we took the name and, we're continuing and expanding on the brand. So people who are in Windsor who know the TV show, now they can associate it with our Comic-Con. And it's at St. Clair College once a year. We've just finished the third one, and we're gearing up for the fourth one.
You got a big cheer pop for that. Fourth one's going to be coming. You hear everyone cheering. Yeah, exactly. Now, if I could ask a shout out to Droids Canada, Todd Poole. What is Droids Canada, and what do they do?
Droids Canada is a many-headed beast that was born in southern Ontario. Started off as a Facebook page, which is now a website, podcast. We literally do everything underneath the sun. We have traveled all over Ontario, Montreal, Phoenix, Arizona, and we might be still going to Vancouver later this year, maybe.
Vancouver
Fan Expo. We go to the conventions. It started off as small. It's just like something like a hobby. And now, like I said, it's a many-headed beast that keeps us really busy and traveling all the time. And then there's Dan.
Yeah, I kind of show up, and I say hello, and then when we're done, I say bye-bye.
So what do you guys focus on then?
Well, when we first started the podcast, we focused mainly on The Walking Dead. That was the big thing, and we can agree, being in a comic book world, that is like one of the biggest titles right now. And with the companion TV show, it's something you want to talk about to get your listeners. Over time, we realized maybe, it's only on for 16 weeks a year, got to evolve a little bit. So we started incorporating different things. We started going more to conventions, doing interviews. We did one season of Game of Thrones.
Oh.
That was my introduction to the podcasting world. I'm a Game of Thrones guy, so it was all about the Game of Thrones. I even got to sit down with an executive from HBO who gave me a little bit of spoilers for the last season that happened. So I knew some things that I didn't even say anything to anyone. It was
spoilers here for Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know anything coming up for the next season, so I cannot say anything, and even if I did, I'd be sworn to secrecy.
Oh, good, Boba Fett. It's going to cross the camera really. Oh.
Boba Fett's on film. Boba Fett! Boba Fett!
You want to come into our shot?
Boba Fett! Nope, Boba Fett's...
Maybe the helmet is hindering hearing. Oh!
No, Boba Fett's a little shy.
Okay.
It's a... Would that be a shy buffet?
I don't have anything.
You don't have to laugh at those. Kind of what I do. So, your Syndicon that you're holding in Windsor. Now, what type of con is that?
It is a Comic-Con. We focus primarily on comic books, but obviously we also have video games. We have a lot of cosplayers. We have vendors of all kinds that sell, anything you can imagine, toys, video games, DVDs, Blu-rays, anything. So that's pretty much it, yeah. And then we kind of cross-promote the TV show. The TV show is a talk show all about comic books, so we review comics, review movies related to comic books, and interview creators. And sometimes we expand a little bit beyond that, but usually we try to keep that as the focus.
Oh, nice. Now, do you have any kind of connection with Studio Comics, our good friend Alfonso?
The only connection is through Shane Amato. If you're listening.
Name drop, Shane.
So, like I said to you earlier, just walk over and talk to Alfonso. Well, but beside the fact that he'll talk you to a coma. I love the guy. We've known him now for years, and it wasn't until January we actually sat down and had a conversation with him about a lot of different things and projects. And he's got a project for us. He hasn't told us what it is yet. So
yeah, he's part of kind of like the Toronto crowd, right? Yeah. So hey Tim, and on the periphery, we kind kind of know who Alfonso is, but we've never formally been introduced.
We're going to have to make that happen now, aren't we?
I'll bring him over here and be like, sit down.
So we know we're also watching people being putting on wrestling masks because we're doing a little promotion here with the Time to Fight podcast and with the Droids Canada podcast. And so we have some foot traffic walking around. We have a little bit of people. So we have a camera actually set up because this is kind of the guerrilla cast that we're doing, webcast.
We had to make a change. Things fell through and where we were supposed to be. So we're making the best of the situation.
Yeah.
This is actually, I think, only the second or third time in 10 years we've ever done a crossover with another. We've maybe done it twice with other podcasts or other web series, so this is fun. We like this. You know, a little cross promotion. It's cool, right?
Well, that's the thing, though. If you want to grow your podcast, you're going to have to work with other podcasts to help grow. And we're part of companies like Tangent Bound Network, which is really popular in Michigan and throughout the states in northwestern Ontario. We also are a part of the Point of Interest podcast. They're pretty popular. Jay Clark.
Jimmy McKnight.
Yeah, we work with them now.
Oh, good old Jay.
Good old Jay.
You know Jay? Yeah, he's great.
He's a great guy to work with.
Oh yeah, he just announced a podcast tour. That should be exciting.
And he's trying to put together something in Niagara Falls where he's bringing a bunch of podcasts together to do one giant podcast.
The Super Pod.
It's going to be a nightmare, but it'll be quite fun to go
Really
through.
what we need is someone to be able to moderate it. Like, hey, you talk, or else it's going to be a whole bunch of people.
The moderation.
Yeah,
He's been on fire today. Hey, Matt, you want to moderate some panels? Okay, see, done. Not right now, later. Like 2 months.
Like in 2 months' time.
2 months. He's currently, right now, you can't see on camera, but he is selling his luchador masks for the Big Brothers, Big Sisters Foundation?
Big Brothers, Big Sisters Chatham.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God, he's pulling out 20s.
Making it rain, exactly.
How much? We can go
Pretty
bail her out, but let's let her
good.
sweat.
Yeah. So, do you have you already started planning for the next Syndicon?
Yes, we've already had our first meeting, and our second meeting is coming up this week. So hopefully we'll work out some of the kinks. You know, we're always trying to make it evolve and improve every year.
Bigger and better each and every time. Do you have any kind of date specifically for that yet?
We're aiming for mid-February, but we don't have the exact date yet because we haven't booked we have to work with the venue, right? Depending on their phrase.
So what are you doing mid-February?
Mid-February? That's Valentine's week, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
we
you
made
can't
that
do
mistake
that
once.
First year we had it right on Valentine's Day.
Really? Oh.
See, I
It was
happen
February
to
14th, yeah.
I happen to work in an industry where Valentine's Day is a big day. You know, a shout out to the Jen, my wife at home. We haven't had a Valentine's Day together because I'm always working on that day.
What industry is this?
Hospitality, food and beverage.
He works for a very elite restaurant in Niagara Falls.
Is it Applebee's?
Oh, that was wonderful.
Hey, you could have said Chili's or something.
The keg. So
The
elite.
keg.
So elite.
And no. Seriously, McDonald's, right?
What's that?
McDonald's? Come on.
Exactly.
Hey, they have a very
Yes, hiring for midnights.
I just want to know, why is your podcast called Droids Canada, yet it focuses on Walking Dead?
Well, it's because I'm trying to elude copyright. When we first started, it was called the Jedi Report, and then I thought to myself, Disney just bought LucasArts. I'm totally getting sued. So then we had a vote about what we should call it next. So we called it the Droids Are Looking for Canada. I'm like, that name is way too long.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Droids Canada. And we focus on everything, though. It's not just The Walking Dead.
Sure.
Like that banner there, I hate to say, is about a year and a half old. We focus on anything that's pop culture. We will talk about, we even had a podcast, which is the biggest no-no, politics. Why? Because we thought we could. And it did good ratings.
Oh yeah.
We've had one where we've joined our friends drinking in the park and just ended up singing
karaoke.
songs the whole time, like singing Careless Whispers.
The highest listenership, right?
It really did.
Yeah.
Seriously
It's had
did.
It's had about
Of course.
1,500 listens since February.
There you go.
And then like current things that happen, like things like the like new Star Wars trailer. We'll go on about stuff like that, and you know, different movie trailers, movies that we see. Everything kind of all like bundled up in this kind of culture, Comic Con kind of
Yeah.
culture is what we do.
We try to make sure that we're always ahead of the curve. Like, as an example, which I'm trying my best, I'm pretty vulgar. I'm trying not to be pretty vulgar because this is your show. I don't know if it's something you do on your show, but...
We usually stick with just racial slurs. Everything else.
Oh, good. Okay, we'll fit right in. We typically have, like, rules. Like, we bring someone in for an interview, I'm like, okay, listen, everything else is off the cusp. We don't even know what we're talking about half the time. We just start saying shit out of our mouths. We'll start swearing. We'll go completely off topic. Can you keep up? And they're like, sure. And I'm like, okay. We got stuck in situations where we can't talk about anything. As example, we interviewed James O'Barr 2 years ago, the creator of The Crow.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, but you can't talk about The Crow.
What?
And you're like, how? Okay. And they're like, well, okay.
Yeah.
And they're like,
no.
and I'm like, what am I supposed to talk to him about? And they're like, well, because of the pending copyright of Universal, I can't remember who was buying what, the rights, they can't talk about it because nothing is set in stone.
Ridiculous.
I'm like, can we talk about the original Crow? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, I'm fucking spitballing here. I don't know what to talk about. So what did I do? I had a 15-minute conversation with James O'Barr about grocery shopping, Rolodexes, online banking, and...
Yes.
Oh, no, the conversation's great. He was all over it.
Really?
Absolutely over it.
Oh, it's perfect.
Negan.
We got Negan here. Negan.
I just added you on Facebook, actually. Your name is Jeff, right? Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Negan. We are live. We are podcasting. We are recording webcasting as well. I've been talking with Negan earlier today because I'm the con stranger and I don't know what's going on. So he's a fabulous, fabulous man who is helping me with my finances. He is taking half of my debt as well as half of everything.
Take half of his debts. I'm just going to take half of his shit and then I'm going to bash his brains in, but I'm going to let him keep up with this thing. We're going to take half his debt. By the time I'm done with him, he's not going to have any debt.
When he says bash my brains in, what he means is we're going to go out and have some nice dinners.
Gonna crunch
That's
some
what you
numbers.
think, right?
We're going to talk business.
That's right. We're going to get to the bottom.
So,
of it.
Negan, we have to tell you, looks like Jody's probably going to get out when we're done here. What's the number? 60...
Okay.
She had me come over here specifically to ask how you guys were doing because she spent a long time in that jail.
Tell her that we have
It's
no
getting
money.
sweaty in there.
Tell her that someone stole the cup full of money and now we're tracking them down.
Well, I can, if you'd like, I can pass the mic off. I can go bail her out.
No, she can wait.
She can wait? I'll let her wait. So
She won't hear this. Oh, I appreciate it, sir. We'll be stopping by momentarily.
Thanks, Negan.
Thanks for stopping in. Jesus, I'm
This
sweating.
is one of the best podcasts I've done guerrilla style in so long.
that's what it's about. I love the fact that we have so many people walking through the shot.
It lends to like the live nature of it. I don't mind it. I
Buy
actually
the
really
masks.
like it. Yeah. They're only $2. And look at that pretty yellow
Yeah,
one.
he's taking a huge hit on those masks right now.
Did somebody make those by hand?
He had them imported up from Mexico.
Oh, okay.
So, I'll be
So
sure-
yes.
when we're about done,
He's got a whole bunch in before the wall's
Yeah,
built.
Bring me a mask.
Oh,
Bring me a mask. I don't care. I'm just gonna put it in front of the camera here.
That pretty blue one with the
pr-
red
The pretty blue one
or
with
the sparkly purple.
the sparkly purple.
Yes, that's one.
Okay. So G.I. Joe here.
Jolie. G.I. Jolie.
I like G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. It's not
Oh, it's beautiful. It feels like underwear.
well, that's well.
That's because that's what it used to be.
Oh,
No,
no,
it is
we don't
good.
know.
Previously
She's freaking out already.
enjoyed.
Previously.
Just ignore that.
Please be kind, rewind.
What?
Blockbuster, shout out anyone? Yeah.
Anyone
Oh,
got a
that's
tie
for
to go
you.
pen?
Yeah. So you
Used
lace.
to work at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Did you have to say hello to everyone who came in?
Oh yes, and if I didn't, it was a point of contention with the manager. Absolutely.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I found that relic the other day. I found my Blockbuster card.
Really?
Yes. And
Was it-
I'm not gonna get into details because it's personal, but I'm having to change my lifestyle because someone's moving out, and I was moving stuff around, and I found my old wallet. Sharp turn. And I found a wallet from like 10 years ago, and I opened it. I'm like, oh my god. There is my Blockbuster card, and I'm pretty sure there's $100 of late fees there.
All from the person causing the change
Is
in your
this so-
lifestyle?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. Hold on to this. I'll see.
Okay. We're just checking to make sure it's still recording.
Is this so? Like, is the
I
red?
see the red dot. It's
Yeah.
still recording.
Dan, people do want to see your face.
They are seeing it now. Okay, cool. There you go.
Oh, I get to be Mike Guy again.
Was it always laminated, that card? Like a little piece of laminated paper?
Mine was, yeah.
Yeah.
I had at least 2 or 3 though because I updated them over the years. I still rent physical not VHS, but
Well, I was gonna
I still
say,
rent
where are you
DVDs
going?
and Blu-rays. Like, I actually
What's around now? Just like family video? Or?
family video. Yeah, there used to be one called Ion Video in Windsor, but it didn't last long. So
And aren't they just like real estate placeholders at this point? Somebody said something about that. Yeah.
don't you guys kind of find it hard when you're on Netflix? You kind of scroll through and you're limited to what they have, and you can never decide what to watch. Whereas when you go to rent a DVD, I usually find it's easier for me to find stuff.
That would be the same thing as for people who read. Going to the library, finding the actual book itself, holding the book in your hand, and page by page instead of this Kindle blah blah blah.
Oh, I know. It's not. I mean, even with comics, I mean, I do read digital, but I would much rather hold a comic in my hand and just flip through the pages and smell
Absolutely.
the,
I still
paper.
buy comics to this day, and I
Yeah.
don't think I ever will stop. I had a condition, I had an addiction. It was called buying DVDs,
Yes.
and I had to sell them all 1,700 of them, because when I moved, I was like, when you move and the DVDs take up most of the U-Haul,
Yeah.
you have a problem. And it hurt me because a lot of those DVDs I bought over the years, and I didn't buy them full price. I mean, I would get them previously enjoyed or whatever. But now it's just like, I don't know what to watch. I'm kind of in that same boat with Netflix. Mind you, I pirate all my movies, and I don't care if anyone catches me saying that. And I'm okay with it.
Love to bleep that out. Leave the swearing in, bleep that out, right?
When it comes to Netflix, do you know of the wonderful American Netflix, or are you on the Canadian?
I'm on the Canadian, unfortunately. As I understand, the
There he
American
is.
one's better.
Oh, come here. Come here. It's Alfonso. I want you to meet some.
Mr. Nightspike himself, Alfonso Studio Comics.
I'm Jolie.
Hey,
Yeah. This is Mike.
Mike,
We were
boy.
just talking about.
Oh my God, good
want
things,
us-
bad things.
They want to sit down and do an interview with you.
Really?
They're pretty timid, and I'm like, listen, the guy is an asshole. He's a rock star.
I'm not. Well, like
We're doing a little guerrilla podcast right now, just kind of,
Yeah.
You're in the shot. Wave to the camera there.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Hey.
Oh no!
that's
I
what
will
I
pay you money
mean.
to keep the clothes on.
Oh, da, da, da.
You can sit down if you want.
No, it's like, you know what happens like when you sit down for a long time and then the pants start getting lower and lower?
That's called swamp butt.
Thank you.
Swass. Yes.
Awesome.
Well, that's me. Okay.
All right.
I was just running around with some errands that I have to do.
Remember, you still got to talk to us.
I was running some stuff. But I need to come back to you guys because I have something really cool
Okay.
that you guys are gonna love.
And I can keep my clothes on.
No.
Damn it, forget it.
Do you really want to see me? No. Even
You're still going to be here for a while?
Yes, I'll be here like for another couple of hours. So.
Oh yeah, sure.
We'll come and touch base with you.
Maybe you could sit down with these guys a little bit, for a couple minutes.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yes, no, anytime, guys.
He loves being in front of a camera. Don't let him fool you.
Comic Book Syndicate out of Windsor,
Yeah.
right across from the D.
You know what I love about this show? It's a lot of independent creators. That's what I heard. Okay, a lot of independent creators, comic book artists that they are indie on the indie market. They come to Comic Book Syndicate. Whoa! And then the fly thing just came down.
Perfect timing.
Boom. That's
Damn
the
it.
way. Boom. That's a magic. Guys, you gotta come.
Well, Alfonso, we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
I think we're done punishing her. I think we should go release Jody.
We have to release Jody from the cage.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh no, thanks for having
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
That was
we'll
great.
come and see you later. You're
meeting you.
over in
Nice
Artist
meeting you.
Alley?
Yeah, somewhere.
Oh my God. Okay, that's like a million miles away.
See you guys in a minute.
Yeah.
You got it.
Thanks for guys. Great
All right,
time.
thank you guys. Thanks for
yeah.
having us on.
Always fun, eh?
All right.
Okay, I'm going to end this the way that we kind of end our things here. It's like my thing. It's a shout out to the great Patches.
No, wait.
Wait, hold on. Wait. It's a shout out.
We're just finishing.
It's a shout out to the great Patches O'Houlihan dodgeball. All right.
I missed that. What?
The great Patches O'Houlihan from dodgeball.
Oh, okay.
It's the way I kind of like to end things off a little bit. Usually I start reaching and just kind of carry on for a little bit, but
really does.
then when we're finished, it's just done with a bye-bye.
Okay. I like it. All right. Okay. Thanks, guys.